There are different types of single mothers. You have the single mothers who get the financial assistance from the father. The fathers are very active in their child's life. He sometimes takes them for weekends or sometimes takes them to school, so the burden is not completely left on the mother. Then you have the single mother, in which from time to time they do get financial support from the father, but it has to go through the court system or it has to be a quarrel of some sort for her to get any form of assistance. And then you have the single mothers, in which they get absolutely no help. So all the financial responsibility is just left on the mother, which can be nerve-wracking and completely exhausting. So now you have an idea of the different forms of single mothers. There are many instances in which a woman becomes a single mother. But would you believe in Latin America and the Caribbean, they have the highest rate of single mother household. And also that's due to the father being non-existent in the child life. And also they get no form of help from the father. So the Caribbean and Latin America have the highest rate of single motherhood. Now, with that being said, I do want to touch briefly about women taking responsibilities for their own actions. I know that this is not something that women like to hear, but I do believe it needs to be said. So I do believe that we have full control of our body. We can decide who we want to sleep with, who we want to enter a relationship with. And for the most part, women tend to sleep with men who are inconsistent. They show no form of commitment. They are neither committed to them in the relationship, and they're neither committed to their own kids, because majority of these men women sleep with or have kids with, they were once in previous relationship. They also have previous kids. And if you can look at the pattern, they're never involved in their kids' life. So again, why would you want to have a child or have unprotected sex with a guy who already showed that he's not responsible? So it goes back to my statement. Women also need to take accountability for what happened. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to justify men actions for walking away from their responsibility, but I do want women to understand that they also have the responsibility in protecting themselves. Now, how exhausting and overbearing it is to have a child or children, knowing that you have no form of support, financial support, help with the kids, you're working hours, long hours, barely getting paid, and then you have no time to have a good relationship with your child or to spend quality time with your kids, because kids do need that. It's exhausting. And I know from experience, it can be exhausting. And I only have one child to see after. So can you imagine women with multiple kids and they also have no form of support? It's hard. It's a difficult task, which is why I want to encourage women to be more selective in the men you sleep with, especially in the case where you have a child from a previous relationship and that relationship didn't work. You want to be more headstrong. You want to not let history repeat itself. And in most cases, it does. So it's not a mistake. If it's a situation where it keeps occurring, it is not a mistake. And I do understand that most single mothers, they suffer from self-confidence. They lack self-confidence. So they tend to seek men who they feel won't demand too much from them, because again, it all has to do with us women, how we feel and how we think about ourselves. But all in all, we do need to be more selective, and we do need to take more accountability for our actions. Don't just blame men and we tell ourselves, okay, it's their fault. They need to take responsibility because they get us pregnant. Also is our responsibility to be very mindful of who we have sex with and be very mindful of the men we enter a relationship with, because most of these men never show us any form of commitment. They are not responsible men. They're not leaders. They don't have good characters. They can give us nothing. They can give our child nothing. And I'm not talking about just money. I'm talking about in every aspect in what you would look for in a man, what a man is, the definition of what a man is. If a man is not showing you that, then that's key for you not to get involved with him. And I'm not here to judge women. I'm just here to enlighten women on just try to be more mindful of guys we tend to have kids with. It is very important because at the end of the day, you don't want to suffer all the burdens of raising a child by yourself. It can be detrimental to us women and to our kids. Our kids end up suffering because the child doesn't have a father. And again, we don't want just any man to be a father. We want someone our kids can look up to. We want leaders. We want good role models. We don't just want the title father. We want someone that is responsible, very loving, very caring, has good character, very hardworking, dedicated to his kids, dedicated to family life, and have good morals. That is what we need to seek out when we are looking for quality partner or quality father figures. So that's my take on the whole thing regarding single mothers. So if you guys have any feedback you'd like to give or share, please leave it in the comments below. Until next time, guys. Bye.